Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Caitlin Rose and welcome back to day 8? I think 8 of Vlogmas. I don't know if I'm getting all of these days correctly, but you know, if I say a wrong day and it ends up like this is, I say day 8 and it's actually day 9 or 10, it didn't happen. But today's video is a reading vlog and I'm going to be reading some of the holiday romances I picked out for my December TBR, which is one of the first videos I did on Vlogmas. So if you want to see the rest of them, go check out that video. I talk a little bit about each of them. I was really indecisive about what book I wanted to read. So I ended up doing like a random spin wheel thing and it picked Santa, Please Bring Me a Boyfriend. So that's what I'm going to currently read. My nan and my aunt are coming around today for a late birthday celebration for my aunt's birthday. It's like 2 weeks after it happened, but there's been a lot of stuff that happened in those 2 weeks that postponed it. So I'm going to go upstairs and bake the cinnamon apple blondies, which is what we're doing as like a birthday cake type thing. I've made them a few times before and they're really popular in my family, so I'm in charge of the dessert. I'm going to read and I'm also going to be watching F1 because it's the last weekend and no, I don't really want to talk about that. So yeah, that's the plan for today's video. I'm just hoping it all goes accordingly to plan. I also have to edit a couple of other Vlogmas videos that are coming out before this one. So productive days. I got dressed. I'm wearing some jeans with this jumper. I've tied my hair back with like a claw clip that's a blue that's similar to the one that's on the jumper. And I've done some natural makeup. I'm trying to like keep my makeup natural and use like as little products as I can because I don't want to affect my skin because it got bad recently and it's starting to get better. I'm also trying to fix my diet a bit because I'm just noticing more spots on my face, which typically are to do with the way that I'm eating, and I want to start working out again. So kind of like a refresh at the same time as I'm reading some holiday romances. The awkward flirting. You've got good friends, the best, I'm really lucky. He hesitated, then said, how about your boyfriend, is he on this? I grimaced, no boyfriend, unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for the boyfriend, the one you don't have, I mean. And then he clarifies it underneath being like, I just mean if there was someone in your life, it wouldn't just be you, it was the lucky one. It's so cute and awkward. It's the next morning. I read Santa, Please Bring Me a Boyfriend in between the F1 qualifying and free practice, as well as like in between other bits and bobs we were doing for the celebration.
And they were fantastic.
And I ended up getting a lot further through than I thought I was. I'm now 30% into the book and I'm already absolutely loving it. It feels very relatable in the fact of, not in the fact of like, our main character in this book is a single mother to a teenage child, and she and the delivery guy are in development of something. The banter is like really shy and awkward, but it's still there, which makes it more relatable to me because I am naturally a shy and awkward person. But I think the way that this whole situation came up for our main character, Rowan, is really, really cute and interesting. And the friendship she has with her girls in her group are really, really cute. And it's a very sweet story that made our two main characters, Alex and Rowan, meet. The only thing I will say that makes this a little bit more confusing to read is it's not like your standard dual POV book where it will tell you whose like perspective you're reading from. This one, you just go into a chapter and it will either be from Rowan's POV or from Alex's. And even within like the same chapter, there's times where it just will swap from one to the other and you have to figure it out quickly, which is the only thing that's a bit iffy for me, because I can't always tell straight away whose perspective I'm reading from. I pick it up afterwards, but it's just missing that little clarification almost. And I think also the way that the mother-daughter dynamic is written in this book is very sweet and also very accurate. Not that I'm a mother, but I am, and well, I'm not anymore, but I have been a teenage daughter to a mother, and the dynamic is very accurate of where you are at different stages in your life. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I have a couple of hours of reading, then Formula One is on, and I'm also having like a Sunday roast dinner but early lunch. So it would necessarily be a dinner, but we're having it early, so we're having it for lunch. So I'll read after that as well. My hope is to finish this today because I'm already 30% through and I have like apparently 2 hours and a bit left reading. And then I want to move on to a different holiday book. And I'm thinking maybe Holiday Star, because after reading this one, it made me realize how much I miss my sweet and also spicy sports romances. I'm a sucker for a sports romance. I need to like find some other good sports romance series to read, because I'm in the middle of what's it called? The one that has Mile High in it. Windy City. I'm in the middle of the Windy City series. And I'm about to start book 3 of that series when I go back to it. And I think there's only 4 out at the minute and maybe a 5th one coming. Or the 5th one's recently been released. I'm not 100% sure. I got into the series a little bit later than most people. But I do miss my sports romances. So I might go to Holiday Star after this because I think it is a sports-themed holiday romance book. I'll have to double check that. But for now, I'm just going to continue reading Santa, Please Bring Me a Boyfriend. I'm now on the second book, Holiday Star. I'll do all reviews and ratings at the end of this video, just so that they're all in one place and it's a little bit easier to edit as well. I have about an hour and a half-ish left of this book. I'm reading it really quickly. It's very simple and easy to read, but I was wrong. It's not a sports romance like I thought it was. Our main male character, who is Caleb, is a famous actor, and so it's not sports romance, but it's still like a very well-known person with a not so well-known person. So it follows a similar dynamic, but it's not sports, it's just he's an actor. I'm about 20% of the way through, so I think I should finish this fairly quickly. And I do hope so, because I'm uploading this the same night that I'm finishing this book, because it took me, like, there was a lot of stuff going on, obviously, with my aunt's birthday and stuff, so there wasn't as much time in between because I had to make the dessert. And then today my sister came round, and so there's just stuff that's been going on. But I'll get it up tonight, and I know I will get it up tonight, but it will just be maybe a little bit later than normal. But I'll be able to get it up in time if I keep this pace of reading with Holiday Star, which doesn't seem difficult. I can tell you right now that my prediction is that it's not going to be as high as the first book I read. I'm still enjoying it, but it's not giving me the same type of vibes or feelings or anything. So I think this one will be a lower rating than Santa Please Bring Me a Boyfriend, but I'm feeling like mid rating at the minute. I mean, I'm 20% through, so we'll see. I'm always going to give it a chance. I've now finished both books. It's later at night now. It's like 9 something. So as soon as I finish this clip, I'm going to get straight to editing it and upload it. And then I'll try to film lots tomorrow, just to kind of get back on track with Vlogmas and stuff. But I'm now going to do the ratings and reviews of both of the books I read. These are both books off my holiday TBR list, which is a video I did at like the very beginning of Vlogmas. The first book I read was Santa, Please Bring Me a Boyfriend, which is by Sophie Ranald, I want to say. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. This book I ended up reading in pretty much one sitting, kind of. I started it one night and then I fell asleep, obviously. But then after that, the second I picked it back up, I didn't put it down until I finished the book. One element of this book that I really appreciated was this, just the fact that our two main characters, Alex and Rowan, what has happened to my voice? Our two main characters, Alex and Rowan, are just really easy to relate to. They're really normal. They just have very normal lives. And, you know, I'm not a single mother nor a man by any means, but the elements of their personalities and the lives that we get to know throughout this entire book, just their antics and the way they act and things, it's extremely easy to relate to them. The way that this book reads is so sweet, cute, simple, and just really refreshing and easy to read. There's so many sweet, cute, and adorable moments, and that's words I keep repeating because that's what this book is. But there's little to like no spiciness in it, which is quite rare for romance books nowadays. And I kind of appreciated that there was a low level of spice in this because it just made the story that much more adorable to read about. The sprinkle of Christmas magic was definitely present in the book, but it wasn't the main focus on the book, as in it constantly being like Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. However, Christmas is kind of the thing that helps their meet cute happen in this book. Definitely what I would consider a slight slow burn, but it burnt just quick enough to be so perfect in this entire dynamic. I did get the massive ick from Rowan, who is our main female character. Her ex-husband or boyfriend, that's the father of her daughter, Clara, absolutely gross person. But it was interesting to have that dynamic there and how she worked through that. There's so much I want to say about this book, but I don't want to go into too much detail as to giving away spoilers for it, because I do really recommend this book. The overall rating I'm giving Santa Please Bring Me a Boyfriend is a 4.5 stars. The reason it's not a 5-star is because it's probably not one that I would have on my mind 24/7. And I think a lot of the time with seasonal books that are specifically themed around Christmas, for example, it's harder for them to get a 5-star from me because you can only really read them at like that specific time of the year. But moving on to the second book that I read in this video, which I can't remember the author it's by. Holiday Star by Melissa Dymond. This book I enjoyed. Definitely has a lot more spice than Santa Please Bring Me a Boyfriend. The spice, it's spice. There's not much I can say about it. The dynamic and banter between our two main characters is very cute. The fact that the whole dynamic I talked about earlier of it's one person that has this really big, fancy lifestyle and someone who is just very normal is really interesting to read about. I like how they both wanted and worked to get to know each other on a deeper level, because when I knew the amount of like spice level this was going to have, I did like get slightly concerned about the fact that it was just going to be spice throughout this entire book. It wasn't. I do have to say, I'm not sure how I feel about the dynamic of the relationship and the fact of his uncle married her mother and they meet at the wedding. Like, that's their first meet. That's probably a spoiler. But that whole dynamic of they're kind of not technically blood related, but they're related in the fact of their family, that made it really icky. And throughout the entire book, it would spring into my head of like, oh yeah, they're technically family. And then I'd be put off the book again. So the actual story itself was cute and fun to read. But anytime it sprung in my mind that they were family and stuff, it made me like, ugh, because I just couldn't go there, and that headspace of that is something else. But you still had the complexities of the characters there. I just think that the fact that they're kind of semi related when they get together and stuff is like, and so that's the reason I'm giving Holiday Star a 3-star. Nothing against the writing or anything. The writing was great. Melissa Dymond, I'll definitely look into some of her other books, because as an author and a writer, I did enjoy reading the actual words on the paper, but the storyline in this book isn't one that I enjoyed personally. But that is everything that concludes this video. If you liked it, please make sure to leave a like down below, as well as subscribe to continue this Vlogmas journey and everything that comes after Vlogmas. As per usual, all of my social medias are linked to my channel and in the description below if you want to check them out. And I will see you tomorrow for the next Vlogmas video. Bye!